If you clicked on this video, you probably have some bad habits that you really want to get rid of. Or you go through every day just feeling anxious and like something just isn't right with your daily habits and your daily routine. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Monica Bolnez, and this channel is for people who want to change their lives and become the best possible version of themselves. So if you're willing to put in the work to become the best version of yourself, then you're in the right place. And if you're hesitant and not quite sure if you can do it, then you're also in the right place. Now, before we get into the 5 habits that you want to get rid of, I want you to open a note on your phone. As soon as you hear a bad habit that you're guilty of, I want you to write it down in your notes. Once I've gone through all 5 tips, stick around because I'm going to tell you how to actually change these bad habits. Bad habit number 1 is checking your phone as soon as you wake up or right before you go to sleep. And I know a lot of you might be guilty of this because 46 to 61% of people check their phone either before they get out of bed or within 5 minutes of them waking up. I know you can obviously probably see the reason why this isn't the best for you, especially since you're waking up and exposing your eyes to a lot of bright, unnatural light. And there's a really big case to be made about how that light before bed throws off your circadian rhythm. But the most important reason why you shouldn't do this bad habit is because when you wake up in the morning, you transition from a delta brainwave to a theta brainwave. The delta brainwave is a brainwave of sleep, and the theta brainwave helps the brain with learning, memory, and problem solving. So if you wake up and check your phone, whether it's your social media, your messages, etc., you're skipping the theta brainwave and going straight into high stress beta brainwaves. This altered brainwave pattern and the fact that you're skipping over an essential brainwave will affect your performance for the rest of the day and affect your memory, your problem solving, and your capacity for learning. And if you're trying to get anywhere in life, those are 3 very important tools that you're going to need in your toolkit every single day. The second bad habit that I wanted to call out is consuming stimulants such as coffee, alcohol, or smoking. There are so many reasons why coffee, alcohol, and smoking are bad for you, but the main reason why they're bad is because of the bad habits and rituals that they cause and form. Coffee gives us an excuse to not get enough sleep. Alcohol gives us a crutch instead of learning key socializing cues and relationship management with people we don't know. And any kind of smoking gives us a way to avoid what's causing our anxiety. Of course, these are all personal preference and no one's perfect, and there is such a thing as balance. There are tons of times that I like to sit down with a glass of wine, a cocktail, or a cup of coffee. I'm not saying quit and go cold turkey, but if stimulants are a very important part of your life and you find that you can't live or exist without them, it might be something to look into and ask yourself more questions around what those stimulants are helping you cope with, and if there's another way that you can cope a lot easier with those things or address those things. The third bad habit you might be doing is laying down after you eat. It's so tempting to lay down on the couch after having a big meal and just kicking your feet up, watching some TV, or scrolling on Instagram. And I definitely used to be a really big culprit of this, but now I actually get really uncomfortable if I lay down after eating a big meal. Laying down after you eat can actually be causing indigestion. So if you feel really bloated, gassy, nauseous, or have acid reflux, or even that extremely uncomfortable full feeling, you know the one that I'm talking about, then it could be a sign that going out and getting some fresh air, going for a walk around the block might actually be really good for you. I've gotten into this habit of walking off big meals or after dinner in general, and I love it. I feel so healthy and refreshed afterwards, and I find that it helps a lot with my digestion. The 4th mistake you might be making is that you're waiting for the perfect time to do anything. And I'm here for the wake-up call that you might need to tell you that the perfect time does not exist. If you're anything like me, then you do tons of research before starting anything to make sure that you can do it perfectly or as close to perfectly as possible as soon as you start something new. But this is just something that we have been conditioned to do as we've gotten older. Because think about when you were younger and you just did stuff. You just tried it. You didn't really care if anyone laughed at you or if you fell down or if you failed. It didn't matter, and you just did it and you tried it. And if you liked it, then you kept going. Doing months of research and trying to be perfect holds you back. We're all human and we learn best when we make mistakes. We learn best when we're hands-on and we're doing something. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to talk to someone, to put yourself out there, to try something new, to pick up a new hobby. Do it now and do it scared. I promise you won't regret it. The fifth bad habit you might have is running on irregular cycles. Now, in my last video, I mentioned waking up early in order to change your life and your morning routine, but this has to be paired with a regular sleep cycle. You have to be going to bed at a similar time every day in order to be able to wake up the next morning at a similar time. If you're going to bed at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but you know you need 8 hours of sleep or you're a groggy, grungy mess, you can't expect to wake up feeling refreshed at 7 a.m. It's just not gonna work that way. Getting your body used to the same daily cycle will help sharpen your circadian rhythm, which is basically just your internal clock. Once you have your circadian rhythm in tune, this will help you start waking up without an alarm clock. And just a pro tip, I also wake up at 7 a.m. on the weekends too, because I know that if I didn't, then it would mess me up for the following week. So it's something that you have to commit to long term. Now that we've gone through all the bad habits that you might want to break, it's time to talk about how the heck to break these bad habits. Go ahead and take a look at the list of bad habits that you wish to change. Whether it's a short list or a long list, rank them in order of importance to you. The first one should be the one that's going to change your life the most, and they'll progressively get smaller in impact as you go down the list. Now, you're going to tackle the first bad habit and conquer that one first before you move to the next one. Don't try to change them all at once because it's going to be madhouse and maybe you'll have it down for a week or so, but then after that, you're going to stop them all, quit, and get discouraged. It actually takes about 2 months to form a habit. You've probably heard that it takes 21 days, but studies have shown that depending on the person, their behavior, and their circumstances, it could take anywhere from 2 months to 254 days. That's 8 months. There are so many other bad habits that I thought of when making this video that I want to share with you guys. So if you'd like a part 2, please comment down below and let me know that you'd like to see part 2. Now I know we just talked about a bunch of bad habits that you might want to quit, but on the bright side, I made a video of 5 really good habits that you might want to incorporate into your daily routine. Click right here to watch that video now. As always, thanks so much for hanging out, guys, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!